there is no creation in the physical domain. More than 400 years ago, Jalaluddin Rumi, who was a Sufi born in Afghanistan, and he's buried in Turkey, modern-day Turkey, he said words to the effect that there is no creation in the physical domain. In the physical domain, there is only the becoming of the being. It is very important to understand that you have to be first before you can become. And in the physical domain, it is only becoming, there is no creation. For instance, you look at a chicken, the chicken comes out of the egg. So, which is real? Is the egg real or the chicken? And is the egg creating the chicken? Or is the egg just being transformed into the chicken? Likewise, when you look at a caterpillar, and the caterpillar is ready now to become a butterfly, it spins a cocoon. And within the cocoon, it only takes itself, nothing else. And out comes a butterfly. So was the butterfly created? Or was it that the caterpillar, the atoms of the caterpillar were rearranged and it got transformed into a butterfly? So if you observe, you will see that in the physical domain, there is no creation. There is only transformation. The physical domain is like a kaleidoscope, wherein nothing really changes. You have pieces of stone and glass, reflected in mirrors, and you keep on turning the cylinder and the patterns keep on changing. But in effect, nothing really changes. There is just transformation. So to drive home the point that there is absolutely no creation in the physical domain, there was a nice joke that there were a bunch of scientists who concluded that we really didn't need God anymore. The reason being that the scientists had cracked the genetic code. So we knew now how to manipulate atoms and manipulate the genes, and we could now create, different forms, genetically modified foods and stuff like that. We had landed man on the moon. We have our own space station. So just like the moon is in the skies, our space stations are also in the skies. So they figured that we should send a delegation to God and tell God that thank you very much, but we just don't need you anymore. So God, of course, smiled and said, listen, guys, I appreciate all of the things that you've done, but before you write me off, why don't you just create one new atom? So the scientists smiled and said, is that all? God says, that's all, just one new atom. So one of them bent down and scooped up some soil, and God stopped him and said, no. Don't use my soil, bring your own. And that was the end of the story, because they could not create any new atom. They could only transform the atoms that already existed.